All right. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? We have returned for the grand finals of MKPS Weekend Tournament number 4. I'm Jaggy, and I'm joined by Thunder.
Yo.
Yo, yo.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we got ourselves an interesting one here. We got Metro Wipeout against WollywogZ. And these two teams individually for the first time in an MKPS tournament final, whether it's spring split or a side tournament. WollywogZ on the big stage here in the final. WZ played very well against VC, but against a team like Metro Wipeout, who are cam-wise top 3 in the game, pure talent running-wise. WZ played very well against VC, but against a team like Metro Wipeout, who are a very strong team together, chem-wise, and also talent-wise, they're just insane. Running-wise, they're very solid. Leops is, I'd say, the most versatile player in the game. Very strong runner, but also very good with comms and very good with breaking up top spots. Like, let's say that he gets an item, he's able to snipe, or he gets an item in the back, he's able to coordinate a potential shock. So it's going to be a tough task for WollywogZ. But before we get into the lineups here, let's talk about the tournament coming up in July 5th. It's going to be an FFA tournament sponsored by Brookland and Mario Kart boards as well. Brookland is an NYC lounge in New York City, and there's going to be a $100 prize pool that's going to be giveaways of HyperX gear. So if you want to sign up for that, if you're a fan of HyperX, or if you're just a fan of Mario Kart in general, there is going to be a $100 prize pool for that. So go ahead on Mario Kart boards. I actually don't have the link on me right now, so if someone could post a link in chat, that'd be great. But go ahead, sign up. 96 players is the cap, so make sure you sign up quickly if you want to play in it. Spots are filling up pretty quickly, so there's that. And that being said, let's get right into the lineups.
Well, I'm gonna start off on WollywogZ. So they have Jack, Casperinos, Quinn, TK, and Skyleaf.
Yeah,
So,
same lineup.
yeah, same lineup as the previous match, with which they dominated VC with.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I'm thinking the main runners will
You can see TK up there pretty often as well, but Jack was up there quite a bit. I actually didn't have too much intel on Jack before this match, but in terms of his individual performance against VC, he did very well. He was their main runner, actually, from what I saw. So let's see if he can keep up that momentum going into this match. TK, all these players, actually, from WZ have the capability of getting up there. And talking about Metro Wipeout, this is their best lineup. They are not missing anybody. Barney, Fox, Leops, Xander, Roy. Leops, again, like I said before, I'd probably say the perfect example of a utility player, but running-wise, solid. I'm not saying utility player as in, like, he's just going to be like a back player. I actually mean a utility player. Solid runner, solid comms, very good to have on your team. Fox, I'd say, is one of the players that focuses solely on running and also taking like strats like BCW Glitch, BCW Ultra. Xander, top player, maybe not in the top 5 anymore, but he was a former top 5 player back in the day. And Barney, here's the thing about Barney. Solid player, however, he tends to have wavering performances. And whenever he doesn't have a good performance, it usually like affects him drastically. Like whenever he plays well, plays very well. Whenever he plays poorly, plays rather poorly. So I'd say he's going to be a player to look at as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ideally, just if MW plays their game, with Barney being able to run, Fox being able to run, Leops and Xander doing whatever they do,
Mm-hmm.
and I honestly don't see WZ winning that match if MW plays their best, but don't underestimate WZ.
And we've seen every once in a while Metro Wipeout, like, even though they're a solid team chem-wise, they don't have whenever they fall behind, whenever they don't perform well, it's not because of poor chem, it's just individually whenever they make mistakes. Against Avail, we saw Avail losing slightly in the first GP and a half or so, but then ended up pulling it out at the very end, especially notably actually in the last race, DKS. It was an MW track pick, but a couple of them failed double, actually, and Avail made it, and they were able to run away, especially with Joris pulling the shock and holding it. And then they got eliminated in the quarterfinals of MKPS Tournament 1. Now they're starting to show their dominance again. And
they're
let's just
starting
see.
to come up on top with that 5-0 in the last tournament.
Yeah, so let's see how well they can perform against WollywogZ, who have had a pretty solid performance in this tournament. Usually WollywogZ get eliminated in like the quarterfinals, semifinals of losers, or finals of losers, but WollywogZ are on the come up. Let's see if they can continue the momentum here. It'll be interesting to see.
A really good performance from WollywogZ so far.
Oh, MW didn't play Tournament 1. I apologize. They got knocked out against. They got knocked out in the quarters of Tournament 2. Maple Tree coming out here.
Maple Tree coming in for the 1-3 for MW.
Indeed. And they don't have like one solid runner, I don't think. Unlike a team like CB, Trix is absolutely amazing in that track. But as a team collectively, I think MW are pretty good at this track. So let's see how WZ can counter that.
There's not really a track that I would say that MW really suffers on. They're very versatile.
See Barney with these greens. If MW are occupying some of those top spots, I'd like to see him slow down slightly. Opts to try to go for a snipe, but doesn't connect on Jack or Quinn. Quinn gets him with the greens.
Or 1-3 actually for WZ right now. And with Casper with the triple shrooms in third, they'll definitely be able to get into the top spots.
I like that fib spot, but usually if you go into like if you do a mini turbo and that's a good snipe from Quinn.
Ooh, good snipe from Quinn.
Yeah. But WZ top 2 after that snipe from Quinn, very solid. Or the back
he's
end
top
actually.
2 right now with 2 shrooms in first. Very safe first place right now.
And an early shock.
And a shock too from WZ, that I believe.
Yeah, and early shocks at times can be iffy, but in this case, if you're occupying top 2 or top 3, if your spots are very structured, shocks like that can be relatively safe.
Yeah, it's a very, very good shock. They're already top 2. Casper's got shrooms in first.
But I think
solidify it.
Who dodged in third though? I know third got in the cannon, but I couldn't quite see who it was.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see who it was either.
If it was WZ, then I'd say it was an unbreakable shock. But if they caught WZ in that cannon, it could potentially be harmful. But third is a little far away, and I saw Xander's name pop up there.
Yeah, it looks like Xander wasn't the one who dodged. Probably someone else.
Still top 2 for WZ though. Xander takes cut along with whoever's in fourth at the moment, so it's not a huge breakaway for top 2. A second shot could change it around. Skylee's running ahead.
Another shock potentially.
Right.
Ooh, that was really close. Casper.
Oh. Yeah, Casper tried a shot coming in.
WZ shock right there.
So.
Yeah, that's top 3 for WZ.
Yeah.
Two shocks from Skyleaf.
Yeah, usually if you're in top spots, you'd want to hold it until the end, but that was an unpredictable shock. Maybe Quinn pulled a ground star from one of those lead piles where he was forced into it, but still, it's not a bad shock if you're at WZ. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, it looks like TK dodged in like 8th or so.
Yes.
Top 3 from WZ to start it off.
Yeah, so it was a dodge from the back. It wasn't a leaf pile, but very good work from WZ there.
It looks to be top 3-6 or top 3-7 from WZ. Very good start.
Right. And I think, of course, it was early in the race, but I think this could have changed something. Barney opted to throw the greens when he had triple greens. He opted to try to snipe, which can work because it's kind of a narrow spot, that little tree branch coming up right here where the CPU is. It can be narrow and hard to avoid. However, I think he threw 2 of them, and he got backed immediately by Quinn. I think Quinn pulled the greens right after. He waited a little bit, then pulled out the greens. So I think Barney thought maybe Quinn didn't have anything to protect himself. So it was a little bit over aggressive, I'd say, from Barney.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive because he's just gonna get killed for throwing away all of his greens there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to first for MW. I think it was Leops. I'm not sure what happened after the cannon because he ended up losing his top spot as well. It was just Fox up there, and Fox ended up getting hit out by Quinn. So good work from WZ to start. 19-point lead. What do you think they'll pick here? Do you have any intel on what they could?
I'm not too sure about what their signature track picks are, but I would like to think they would pick something like BCW.
They picked BCW last time, yeah. And top 3 is a good BCW track. You can get all those boxes in the beginning and
If they're gonna go highway, actually,
Ooh.
it's not bad.
Interesting. They picked BCW when they were top 3 going into race 2 of Last War, but now they're opting to go Moonview. Peach Gardens gets picked anyway.
It might have to do with the fact that MW's really strong with the glitch as a team. So
Yeah, that could be.
well.
They're hesitant to pull the trigger on that. That could be a possibility.
But regardless, we have the Guardians coming in from MW, so I would like to see Casper drop back, and then whoever's in second just try to get a box in a mid spot.
I'd say if you Casper, swerve and then get a 5th place box. Don't bag too hard here. Just try to get a 5th place box, get shrooms. But if you don't get the box, then you can bag for the shrooms and have the 8th place runner or 7th place runner just swoop in and get that 7th or 6th place box.
All right, Golden coming in for Casper. Looks like Fox pulled shrooms as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
unlucky pull,
bad. That's
though.
really bad for MWZ. Top 2 for MW right now.
Mega here. Just based on what I know about Casper, he's gonna hold this.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna hold it for a bit. I doubt
yeah.
pull chain unless maybe
Casper, whenever he pulls a Mega or he has a dodge in a mid spot, sometimes it can be 50-50, but usually he opts to hold it rather than chain it and get up there. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll put his trust into Skyleaf to get the shock here. In terms of the bagging battle, very even. I couldn't see who was in 10th.
Yeah, I couldn't see who was in 10th either, but very, very even battle. Someone might already have and is just trying to bait, but...
TK with a good backspin on the Troy spot. Very hard to avoid backspins there.
Oh, someone has a shock.
Yeah. We'll catch it in the minimap in just a second. TK opts to try to snipe Leops there. I think Leops was a little too far ahead, though.
Looks like Roy's the one who has the shock.
Yeah. So if you're Casper here, what would you do with this Mega? Because MW are occupying some of the top spots for the most part.
I would... Honestly, he's probably going to have to chain, but he's not going to end up dodging. He just needs to establish a firm presence before the shock comes. Yeah, right here.
Right. You could also say... Yeah, I think chaining was the best option there. This is a risky play, but you could also hold the Mega, because MW are not going to shock there, because they're occupying 1, 3, 4. Could maybe hold for a shock into last set or something, but then again... MW
might just shock all of them into set here. Oh, fortunate bomb snap.
Well, it's just going to be Xander, if anything, because they're already occupying top spots.
Dodges Xander.
Xander dodges, yeah. MW shock. Getting Casper into boxes, but they were already broken away to a
looks like WZ's getting bombed too this race. Ooh, that's a top 4 for MW.
Oh, man.
Very strong comeback already.
And I'm going to look back at the bagging battle to see how Roy was able to break away. Usually Roy is the one that goes for the box you know how the backward strat? Sometimes baggers tend to go past the box. Past the box is at like 20, 21 seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes baggers get the box, risk pulling Bill, but just to break away a little more. I'm trying to see what the case was. Let me look at that real quick.
It looked as if Roy just like kind of skipped the boxes and just like skipped a chain chomp box too, but Skyleaf got killed in the pack or something back there, so he still had enough of a break to pull it first try. Yeah.
I think Skyleaf pulled a Bill in 9th because he hit the chain chomp when he was losing the bagging battle. So I think Roy was able to sneak the shock there.
Yeah, he might have pulled it right at the chain chomp set or potentially first set.
Yeah, top 4 for WZ. I'd say, I mean, there are a variety of tracks you can pick here, as long as they're runnable. Moonview, TF. I think TF is the pick here, honestly, though. Because fourth draft first, third can swerve to bump the bottom spots, and you could establish so much control in TF when you're occupying top 4 or top 2 floor.
And TF for MW.
And there it is, yeah. We'll see how WZ can counter. They're gonna have to focus on. They're gonna have to get like a wide box and spam shrooms, and we'll see.
Yeah, they have to get into the front at all costs. So MW's gonna take all 3 boxes here. Yep.
Yeah, Leop's getting the wide box there. Quinn still. I don't know if he got the draft. I think he got the draft there. Good back from Fox, though.
Ooh, good play from Roy, passing off that TC to Casper.
Ooh. And it's going to be hard to see in the back here. And I don't know if anyone else is streaming. Barney isn't, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, usually I like to have another POV pulled up just in case for like for other side topics to be pulled up. But in this case, someone failed Shroomless. It was Quinn.
It was Quinn who failed Shroomless. Yeah, that's a bottom 2 break for WZ right now. They really need shock.
Trying to see. I know. I think they're top 2 still. MW.
Yeah, They probably haven't left top 2. I assume.
Yeah, because Jack and
that's top 4 for MW right now.
Yeah. And in this, and if you're Roy here, just try to keep it shockless as much as you can. Pull stars, just star the other bagger as much as you can. Even if the other bagger eventually pulls the shock, this set is usually where teams use it to try to catch up or try to change something. After this section, it's hard to catch up going into lap 3.
Ooh, Leops with the stop show attempts.
Yeah. I like that. It doesn't connect. It doesn't actually. Casper evading it pretty well. It doesn't slow down that much, but
doesn't connect. But I mean, it's just another thing to slow down WZ for away from the top 3. There's no way they're catching them.
Snipe attempt doesn't connect, but let's see. One bagger's running away with the shock. It looks like MW has it. They're just trying to keep the shock.
Yeah, most likely. Otherwise, we would see a shock right now. Yeah, MW's just holding it. Yeah, that appears to be a top 3-5 for MW. Really strong running presence that race. They just did everything they needed to make sure the WZ didn't win within the first 10 seconds.
Yeah,
that's all that mattered.
And Quinn, I think, got the draft in the beginning. There were like 1 or 2 players that ended up passing him, whether it was Shrooms or a draft. So he took Shroomless in like 3rd or 4th, but ended up missing it, which was actually huge because he was their only top spot at that current moment. So. Yeah, good race for MW.
Yeah, MW just establishing their lead already.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what MW could go here. I know they like DKS, but WZ also like that. It's a staple track for both ends. I don't know if MW will pick. It'll be one of their side picks, I think. They may opt to go for MH here.
I honestly think that MW would probably end up going BCWE. They seem to be really good at that track.
Yeah.
Like, all of them can do glitch. They're really fast players in general.
Definitely. Fox is consistent at it, even with Funky. Leops, I think.
Yeah, Leops can do it. He's not consistent, but he can do it, like, probably a good 70% of the time, at the least.
Mm-hmm. And MC3 coming out. Very prominent Mogi track. BCW does come out,
BCW, 4-0 track picks for MW that GP.
All right. BCW, they are top 3. Again, I mentioned before when WZ were top 3 before they picked BCW. Very hard to catch up if the other team's occupying top 3. Top 3 can take all the boxes. Casper gets one though, so let's see.
Gets a mega. He's probably just got to use this quick to break into the top spots.
He doesn't want to mega jack though, but he's gonna have to somehow break the spots and net on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I would just use the mega and just tell your partner immediately to go wide.
Yeah, you just gotta break into those top spots quick because now Xander's gonna block the glitch and there won't really be a way for them to catch up aside from shock.
Yeah. I mean, it can be hard to go wide in that particular section because it's a little bit iffy because you bob and weave among like those turns and you can hit the wall maybe, but I still think it was necessary. Top 3 still for MW. The glitch was blocked. Casper unblocked it though, I think. Oh.
Let's see who the bagger in 10th is right here.
One of the MW players went for that
midair. Sky in 10th. Doesn't look like anyone got it though.
Yeah.
Still really close bagging battle.
I like that back spam. One of the MW players was in midair, and you know that glitch where like you are doing a front flip and then you throw a green forward and it ends up going backward.
Oh yeah.
That could have connected easily. A POW could change though the race around. Uses it early.
Yes, strong POW from Casper, target powering 3 MW members.
Yeah.
But doesn't look like it's too much to catch up.
A prominent target POW spot is up here last turn, but it would have been too long of a wait, so it was still another.
Yeah, they can't risk getting backed even more by MW.
Mm-hmm. So Jack is able to break the plane a little bit.
WZ kind of breaking MW's top spots with the top 2-4 now, but it's in the situation still looks shockless. So
I think Jack got a backspin there. He ended up pulling a TC.
Nice TC pass from Jack.
Yeah.
That's a top 2 for WZ. The blue.
Solid from Jack, getting a snipe on MW and passing the TC, but then gets blued. Casper has a shroom. Interesting to see if he's going to go for glitch, or if he's just not going to go for glitch, hold the shroom, or if he's going to chain for a protection item, because he could get redded somewhere along the lines here.
He should be fine from Reds right now. He's just going to hold the shroom to make sure he keeps
Reds
first.
Will break.
There you go. Nice blue dodge.
And maybe he's going to back the green here, but WZ are 3-4, so maybe it was risky.
This looks shockless as well. Nice, looks like a 1-3 from WZ.
1-3-4.
Yeah, 1-3-4 from WZ. Really good comeback.
That was solid. Jack single-handedly broke their top spots there. That was really good.
Yeah, Jack was really the MVP of that race.
And I think what happened, he backed Fox. Jack had a green in second. As soon as he landed, he backed so that as soon as Fox landed, he just ate a green to the face. And it's hard to avoid backspams when you're landing from the ramp there. If you have the alignment, just absolutely go for that. That's what Jack did, and he passed the TC off.
Yeah, 1-3-4-6 from WZ to kind of bring down the lead a little bit, going to the next GP.
Yeah.
Still really strong GP.
You'll be disappointed if you're MW too, starting off in top 3 in a track that favored MW like regardless, even if they were mid spots, because they usually take the glitch and whatnot. So if you're MW, you're disappointed there, but still 22-point lead here. So
still a very strong start from MW. WZ's definitely not out of it though. There are 8 races left for them to bring this back.
I had to mute my mic. Had to mute for a sec. But I'm trying to think of another talking point here. So in the meantime, chat, let's get a hashtag MW win or hashtag WZ win. Good old fashioned caster to viewer partnership there. Back in the day when we used to do cast, we would have people doing hashtag this win, hashtag this team win. So yeah, let's see which team has the crowd favoritism here. As for the spots, alternating spots coming in for MW, Maple Treeway is already chalked off, so I'm interested to see what they're gonna pick here.
BC Wee's also gone too, so yes, staple Grumble Volcano pick from WZ. DKM coming in for MW.
Grumble Volcano for WZ. For the most part, WZ are pretty consistent at Rock, especially because they're Mogi players, and usually players in Mogi they have to make Rock in order to win the race, because GV generally is a very chaotic track in Mogi, so they're very consistent at that. But DKM does come out. Fox opts not to trail or back anything immediately.
Looks like something definitely killed a lot of WZ members there. Top 2 from W.
Yeah, WZ or Casper had a trailing Nana there. He got bumped, so a couple people got caught in the crossfire there. So it's going to be a top 2 for MW right now, 3, 4, 5 for WZ. And this is dangerous. If you're behind top spots, you can easily get backed in the cut here.
We're here, MW can double backspam soon. Ooh, that's a really unfortunate bump.
Yeah, Xander actually took a very good line there and was able to bump Casper on the way down.
Alright, so it looks shockless at this moment, so it's something that's a sign of relief for MW.
Both baggers still sitting right now. This can be a really annoying track at times, because if you're the bagger of the team that's falling behind, you have to risk boxes, and the other baggers are sitting there waiting for you to pull a box, and then the bagger can have that split-second moment to get a box in 10th.
Yeah, so, if you're Skyleaf right now, you have to chain as many boxes as you can to try to get the shock for your team. I would assume the MW is still top 2 at this moment.
TK went around. I think he might have gotten killed, or maybe I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah, MW has wonderful spots right now. Still shockless, it looks like.
yeah, Casper wasn't positioned to star Xander off there, but he used the shroom. He didn't see that Xander already got hit, so he pretty much shroomed past without realizing that he got hit there. A little unfortunate there, but
Yes.
that could mean that could mean that Xander could pull a dodge and maybe dodge last frame if MW
Target
pulled it.
power on MW. Looks like WC spots have improved definitely right now.
Slightly, yeah. I think WZ may be first, actually.
Yeah, WZ definitely has some front
No,
score.
it's Fox. It's Fox.
Yeah, top 2 for MW this race. It's looking
And
like.
Jack, it looks to me like he might have hit the wall with the TC and just ended up falling off.
Well, 3, 4, 5 for WZ, but top 2 for MW. So just another losing race for them.
Yeah, I didn't see a back spam either being placed, so I don't know if it was something that threw him off or he just hit the wall. I think
it was probably just the TC speed.
Oh yeah, because you pull a box there, and then you have the right alignment, but then when you pull a TC, your character kind of jerks even further tight whenever you're drifting. So I think that's might have been what happened there to Jack. Yeah, Jack ended up getting 8th because of that. A little unfortunate.
Right, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10 for WZ. It's only probably like -1 to -3, so I mean it's not too bad, but it's not really what you want in this situation. You want to get those big races to make it really close.
And yeah, Roy's been able to redeem himself thus far in the war against VC. Sammy actually did a very good job against him in the winners bracket semis, I think. Sammy got a lot of the shocks against Roy, but now Roy's picking it up here. He got it was even against. Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, he's doing a good job. Sorry, I was thinking of a different match, but anyway, DDR coming out for MW here, but GV coming out here for
WZ's first track pick.
I mean, WZ doing a good job for the most part of not going down too far, even though MW got all the track picks thus far. 5 races, it's 5-0 for MW so far in terms of track picks. Now let's see if WZ can change the momentum around a little bit.
Yeah, now that they're at their homeland.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're seeing a mega spam from Casper. Although in this case, I actually...
too.
Yeah, I think a mega spam in that case wasn't as good of an idea as, say, BCWee. BCWee was like, spam the mega, please, and he didn't. In this case, it's 50-50, but he ended up pulling the shroom anyway, so it didn't matter.
Nice rock from Casper to get him in first.
Yeah. It wasn't clean, but he was able to recover off the wall bounce there. I think Barney shroomed up.
Yeah, Barney must have had a golden, so now he's first.
Oh. It was good work from Casper to slightly weave his way around that trail from Barney, but now Barney's going to threaten with the back spams potentially here.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not really the best of situations for Casper. He probably won't pull
another Susui.
Another Susui for Casper. Are they gonna shock here? Yep.
And there was a blooper. In Barney's face there. So he hit a ground nana or a fib or something that he wasn't able to see.
WZ shot coming in, dodging Casper in first. Even after the blue, he should still be fine.
And I guess that's not a bad idea if you're WZ to shock Casper there, just Casper. Maybe they're in 10th right now. It could be a sign that they're in 10th.
WZ is in 10th, yes.
Yeah.
So we might see another shock from WZ here. And if I saw that correctly, that is WZ behind Casper as well. So it's a good sign for them.
So I think Skyleaf was able to pull an item right away to take the cut with, and Roy was probably the one that was trying to get the 10th place shock for a split second as he was going for the cut, but he wasn't able to get it.
That is.
Oof.
And one WZ member.
We have some Barney dodging there, yeah. A little unfortunate for Skyleaf not to pull that second one.
Yeah, I believe that's a top 2 for MW. Yeah, very good first shock from WZ, but it looks that Roy got the second one in 9th, so it didn't end up mattering very much. I believe TK dodged and was in 2nd, but I mean, it just ended up not really mattering too much. TK must.
I guess it all comes down to Rock.
MW were able to take the rocks for the most part in lap 2 and then respawn lap 3. That's how MW were able to catch up a little bit. I mean, they were already top spots. They were like 1-3, I think, in that case.
Yeah, they were 1-3.
But their bottom spots were able to take rock and catch up a little bit. MW were still putting on the pressure, and then they pulled the shock, got the shrooms in the mid spots, and that was it.
Yeah. Oh no, in that situation, pulling shock in 9th is very lucky, but I would have liked to seen Skyleaf go up to the first set so he can fall off with Bill a bit quicker. Because I mean, that's probably what led Roy to getting the shock. He was chaining He was chaining at a set where he could just fall off instantly if he pulled something besides like a star.
Yeah, because falling off, if you're going backwards after the cave section, you have to wait until the platform goes all the way to the left, and then you have to hug the wall in order to make the respawn. So yeah, you're right. I think it would have been better for Skyleaf to go all the way back and fall off immediately with Bill, if that were the case.
He could have chained at the first set, after used it. But Mario Circuit coming in, got a dice roll,
and Roy was 10th actually. So apparently, yeah. So WZ using that shock actually in 9th and not 10th.
Oh,
so I apologize for that one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Mario Circuit coming out, I mean, very volatile track. I mean, you could opt to go for like a Delfino or something that's like a half luck track, half skill track, but WZ opting to pull a trigger on a track like this, it's interesting.
Yeah, at this point, they're down 38. They need to make something happen quick, or it's just going to be too much to get away with.
Baggers are neck and neck.
Yeah, it's looking as Skyleaf touching box in 10th right there. Might have.
Neither bagger has it. The POW here, not really much you can do with a POW in terms of target spots or target POW spots, but I think this is a good sign that WZ are holding dodges right now. Or maybe there's a shroom in first potentially as well.
Yeah, they might just call it on the ramp. But Skyleaf's still in last, so I mean he might pull shock right now.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it's in WZ's favor. Oh, the drop
There's
POW
the
on
POW
Barney.
pulling the trigger. Fox, it all depends on the change here. Oh, Fox had a bill.
Fox the bill in 8th, yeah.
There it is.
And he dodges too. Yeah, I think that must have been a strong race for MW.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that's definitely at least a winning race for MW. They got at least like 2-3 or so.
Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to fix a mic issue.
Yeah, that's a 2-3-6-8 from MW. Not quite winning, but I mean, it's not really. It's slightly winning for WZ, but it's not really something that you want. You want a bigger race with this loss that you're at right now. Alright, BC3 coming in for MW. Alright, if you're WZ in this situation, you need to sit on the Ultra. Because, I mean, MW, Xander especially, are all really good at the Ultra. They just need to prevent them from getting a free first place off of it.
Hopefully this is better. But anyway, we shall move. Golden here for Casper. Okay, good.
So, yeah, looks like already a bottom 2 for MW, but Xander's gonna go for the Ultra there, uncontested. So there you go.
There it is. That was Leops, but still very solid from Leops, yeah.
Very, very strong Ultra.
Neither bagger failed the strat, but one of them was able to take it more quickly than the other. Gonna catch who that is. Ooh, that was sketchy actually. I thought Barney might have gone.
Like Skyleaf in last. Oh, an unfortunate POW for Casper.
I like the idea from Barney to schlag with the fib there, because if he had, he actually hits the wall there. It may have been a lag bump, but I think he might have gone wheelie bumped actually.
Yeah, that was likely just a wall bash, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, stream like,
misses the block. Misses the unblock.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his idea, but
He was trying to unblock the cut, but then he slipped on the Nana, so his forward momentum carried him to the left, and he wasn't able to slow down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. MW taking Ultra again, it looks like, so they're top 2.
The red's not going to connect unless there's a shock, but...
It appears one of the baggers has the shock, for sure. Whichever one that's not right here.
Barney timing that backspam to perfection. Even though he was far away, he was able to get that connected.
Yeah, it's looking like Skyleaf has the shock, actually. That's what I think.
I see.
Not quite sure. Maybe Royce is trying to hide in the pack a bit.
Oh,
Did not mean to go left there, I assume. Oh.
In a respawn dodge there.
Yeah, there's the shock from WZ, I believe.
This is key.
Man. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Casper.
Xander makes the Ultra 2. He's able to get up into 5th.
Yeah, TK made StarCard as well, so he's in the middle of the pack as well. It's looking like really good spots for MW right now, though. They definitely crossed in top 2.
Indeed. Yeah, they were just able. Leops was able to take the Ultra there, and then someone else up there as well. That was Barney, I think, lap 2.
Yeah, that's a very strong
Xander,
race from
Leops lap 1, Barney lap 2, Xander lap 3.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah, man. As I said before the race, they just had to have someone just body block the Ultra. There's no way they win the race if they just let MW take the Ultra. MW will take the Ultra every single time.
For the most part, I mean, WZ aren't playing poorly. They started off pretty strongly, getting a very good first race. But yeah. MW have been pretty consistent with the... besides BCW, actually, WZ were able to break the top spots there pretty easily. But this is essentially the story... this is kind of like the story of WZ against VC. Just using... getting their track picks and holding their top spots when they get their track picks, for the most part.
Yeah, it's like MW is just making they're making very little mistakes, while WZ makes these small mistakes that just end up costing the entire race.
Yeah, and then WZ shocks they're not bad shocks. They're just to a point where they're already behind, so the shocks are to change something rather than to just dodge like 2 people outside when you're top 2 and just secure a really good race. But
yeah, it seems like it's every single one of these races just coming down to the first 10 seconds. If MW keeps their spots, they just stay up there.
And also, I'd like to mention something real quick. Right before the war, we mentioned the BK LAN tournament, but we have NA versus EU that's going to happen when exactly? July 3rd. Okay, July 3rd, 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be a solid match. I think Endgame TV as well as Mario Kart World Cup. Actually, that's gonna be occurring. The draw is gonna happen July 4th, and then the week after that, that's when Mario Kart World Cup is gonna start. So, Endgame TV, the return. Stay tuned for those, as well as BK LAN, the tournament sponsored by BK LAN and MK Boards. $100 prize pool for HyperX gear for that as well. So we have a lot to throw at you guys coming up in the next few weeks.
All right, and back to the match.
And then, as you guys saw for Team EU, a lot of them are from MW. A lot of MW are in Team EU, and a few of WZ are in Team USA. But that just goes to show that. I mean, this could be like a precursor, essentially, to NA versus EU, but...
All right, and really good backspin coming out from Fox, hitting Jack and Casper at the beginning. Just really helped a lot. You know, right?
Draft coming up. Fox is maybe... Depends on what he pulls here. If he pulls a fib, he can maybe back it on the landing here, but he opts to go to the side of it.
Yeah, opting just to keep it a mystery what he has right now.
Ooh, I like the wide back green there, but Casper actually went ultra wide, being proactive of that potential possibility.
Yeah, nice trail from Fox again. He's coming off these plays.
And a good backspin there onto Jack as well. Leops backing on the rail there.
Yeah, it's at least a 2-3, if not top 3 from MW right now.
And in this track, of course, in any track, back spams can be useful, but there are certain spots in this track where back spams are lethal. Like that first turn, you don't see the back spam until late, and then a back spam like a nana or fib on the pillar trick, it'll force the other player to go wide and potentially fail the trick.
Yeah, WZ burning dodges and not dodging, that gives a sign that maybe Roy might have the shock, but for now, yeah, it does look like Roy actually has a shock. He's just running away.
Casper having to use this golden to catch up a little bit to break the top spots. Jack is in third, but the best thing he can do right now is either pull a Seuss. Well, Quinn is actually up there as well, but there it is.
This looks like an MW shocking 5 or 4 6 4 5 into boxes. Casper does pull the golden though. Leops with the mega. That looks to be a 2-3 from WZ, maybe 2-3 like 6-7.
Yeah, I think Quinn was able to take the ultra going into lap 3. He was able to break the top spots a little bit more, so the spots were relatively mixed. MW shocking 2 of them into boxes, 1 of WZ. There was also another person in 8th way in the back, but in terms of the people that were right next to the box, 2 MW, 1 WZ, but that golden was a pretty solid pull for Casper there.
Yeah, I mean, there you go with MW again. They just have the shock and they have the top spots. Yeah.
It was still a close finish on Casper's screen. He got third, but
that's just a difference between US EU lag, basically.
Yeah. It happens at times, but MW occupying 135 here. Trying to think of a potential track they could pick. What do you think?
I'm thinking for MW, I feel like right now would be the time that they might pick DKS, because I mean they're starting 1-3, and it seems like right now that they have the favor of the shocks, at least within the last few races, so they might feel confident in themselves and go that, but they might just pick something more safe. Or actually, yeah, there you go, DKS.
Yeah, that's usually like their number 3 track pick whenever both BCW and also MT, whenever they're occupying alternating spots. BCW, MT, MH, DKS is one of their other picks. WZ are pretty solid here too, so I expect a pretty intense matchup if it picks it, but nope, it's MC3.
You're playing MC3 here. At this point, there are 3 races left. WZ needs some big races here to bring it back, otherwise it'll just be too much.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens with the first place pull here. If he backs a fib, he could potentially, or if Fox pulls a fib, he could potentially back it right away. Pulls a green though for protection. He pulls it out.
Nice shroom from Quinn just to get him in first.
I like the idea from Casper. Ooh, that other random green actually almost hit him.
Yeah, almost died from that. Alright, 2-3-4 for WZ right now. I mean, it's not the best spots, not the worst spots, but I mean, all comes down to shock in the situation.
It's like, I think Skyleaf went back, but he didn't get a box. He, like, whenever one of the runners took the box, he ended up going into that open space, but Roy ended up pulling on golden, so he's winning on the back.
It looks like Roy has a shock now. I believe that's Roy. Yeah, and MW's been in the back for a lot of the race. They've had at least 2 people back there, so they probably web dodges for this.
That's a really nice good bomb snipe from Xander, too.
Yeah, Barney and Xander, at least one of them has a dodge right now, so MW can just just call a shock at the end to make up for the top spots as well.
Yeah. WC bottom 2 here. I'd say just maybe hold it. Don't risk a shock in the boxes. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, it's
DK dodging the bill.
Yeah.
DK's gonna get at least 4th off of that.
Because at this point, MW are already up 47. So at this point, I think just getting like an even race is fine for them. Because a shock there is a little risky. It's a little predictable. Because the spots were mixed. I think MW were occupying 1st and maybe 3rd, but WZ still had the potential to change the race around with some of their spots.
That does look like a WZ win for that race, though.
Mm-hmm.
I believe MW got like 6-7 and WZ got something like 2-4 up there. So I mean, could be the start of something.
I mean, it's 50-50 there, because if it's mid spots and Barney has a mega, he doesn't want to hold the mega and then like risk getting like start or something. or he doesn't want to risk not having to use the shock just in case someone uses it, like chains a star last set. But still, at that point, I'd say just try to secure like a neutral race or something, especially when you're up by 47 going into 2 races left.
Yeah. Well, now they're up 40, but yeah, 3 races left. They have that much.
Up 40 with 2 races left now.
I mean, yeah, that's shock. I mean, there's like no other spot to really do it. If they did it too early, then there's a lot of risk with WZ pulling shrooms after shock and just coming up through. But they felt like they had to do it at that point.
And yeah, TK all the way in last. Like you have to assume in that case that he's holding something, and in that case it was Bill.
Yeah. I mean, Bill in 8th really isn't that uncommon when a lot of items are in play. So you can assume if someone's that far behind, they probably do have the Bill.
Or star. Like a Bill is not extremely uncommon when boxes are taken, but I mean stars are a potential possibility too. So anything really, you just have to assume that that person has anything in that case. MH does come out here from, I think it was WZ.
MH from WZ, yes.
Yeah, it was a great hair me, so I would assume it was a WZ player.
Yeah. Nice shot from Casper, going to slide into top 2 quickly.
Goes a little bit wide, to avoid a potential snipe attempt from Leops instead of trying to draft Jack and maybe getting sniped. Leops did have a golden in the beginning.
Leops comes with the golden though, so that's first place for him.
Oof.
And top 2 for MW.
That fib was from Jack, I think.
Yeah, it was,
just threw a little too far to the right there.
Right,
interesting. Interesting idea from Fox. Ooh.
Really nice play from Fox.
Going wide to get a box and potentially bump Casper. Didn't bump Casper, but got the snipe right away. That was solid.
Yeah, this is a way to slow down the WZ players so that Leops can get the breakaway for what just flew in the air. There you go.
Yeah, TK slowing down with that TC. Good work there in terms of the comms. Leops gets blued, so this will change it around a little bit. I'm interested to see what he does with his POW.
It looks like Skyleaf's in last, so might be a WZ shot coming in.
Oh, Jack with the fib onto Leops, but then Leops' red connects, even trade-off. But now, this is actually good because it was a little iffy holding POW in 4th, but now he can just focus solely on target POW and Fox here.
Yeah, now he can target POW Fox on the turn. There's going to be a lot of cars and a lot of shit to avoid from.
Is he going to get into the car? No, actually good work from Fox to avoid.
Really good recovery from Fox. In this situation, it looks like maybe Skyleaf has it, but Roy's in last right now.
No,
so,
Roy's going back. But I think it's shockless potentially. I don't know.
It might be shockless. You never know.
There it is.
That's an MW shock rating Fox on the line though. It looks like, you know.
Yeah, Roy was going back, but he was trying to go away from.
Right, 2-3-4 for WZ though, I believe. So.
Yeah. So a decent race in terms of getting the deficit down a little bit, but you have to all run this next race because a top 9 is a plus 31. So
yeah, they're gonna have to all run for them to win here.
And it depends on what their next spot was. It has to be 5th, otherwise they have to all run, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiki got 7th, so it's not looking too good. Or 6th actually.
Yeah, so not horrible. Plus 7. So yeah, not enough. It's 33. I think a 33-point deficit now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So right now WZ needs to get top 4-7 to win the war at this point, or tie the war.
I would like to point out something that one of the viewers said actually. He didn't golden. Leops didn't golden in the beginning. He tried to snipe, but I would assume he drafted twice or pulled a shroom or something because
it was Fox who threw the green.
Yeah, it was. Oh, okay, it was Fox. It was Fox. Okay.
Fox who threw the green, then Leops.
Yeah, because Leops like was gone. Well, not gone, but like he I saw the boost. I'm like, wait, gold?
Yeah, there's fire coming out from Beku's engine. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So DKS does come out. MW pick. We did see MW against a Veil in the MKPS spring split. And MW were either up slightly or down slightly, but they lost to track pick. But in this case, if you're up by this much, I don't think they're gonna give a top 5 in this case. We'll see though.
Yeah, it really it's really in their favor, so it's a good pick from them.
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat right now. Let's just see how consistent they are. Maybe I'd say Fox or. Oh, okay.
Nice red from Casper, but
I was gonna say Fox could maybe try to go for the double and block it at the same time, but it gets redded right there.
yeah, if you're WZ in this situation, you probably have to have someone try to stay in 9th, so you can have a 9th place shock, and then just try to do whatever they can to get that guy in 9th up there.
Yeah,
at the end,
we saw Barney aligning for double, but then opts out of it. I think he had a bad alignment there.
Yeah, he must have got physics owned or something. So he just had to go around.
Still 2-3 for MW though. A shock right away.
Yeah.
I like an early
shock from MW. Yeah.
I like an early shock. If you're already winning by this much, just secure whatever you can. Honestly, don't risk any other
Top 3 for
intangibles.
MW, but the blue for the double. This might be really bad for them.
Yeah. If they hold the shock there, they could risk other variables coming into play. So I like that shock.
Yeah, they just had to just use it lap 2. You can get it a second one as well. 2, 3, 4 for W0 now. Not the worst spots.
This could change it around a little bit. They need a blue though, WZ.
Doesn't look like MW has the shock.
Another solid red break there from Casper. We saw a similar red break in the last match where he just ran into the wall with the shroom and it just broke. But
yeah, and there's the TC from TK. So honestly, I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's either shockless or MW has it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be using this mega.
Barney playing it safe, going for single. He's gonna still secure first.
Yeah, it looks like an MW win here. Yep.
And a Shy Guy just to top it off. And ladies and gentlemen, Metro Wipeout are your champions of tournament number 4 for MKPS.
Congrats, Metro Wipeout for the win.
Indeed, indeed. This was their first. This is their first major tournament win since I think EL Cup when they were known as 7-Up.
Well, they practically won the last tournament. I mean, Ethereal did 4-1-0 while they did 5-0-0. So actually, they won last tournament technically. It depends on how you see it, whether ties count as a win or not.
Yeah, I think there was supposed to be a tiebreaker for Ethereal's match against WollywogZ, but that never occurred. So yeah, Metro Wipeout did end up winning that tournament, but this is their first major tournament win in terms of tournaments that include knockout stages since EL Cup. Yeah, congrats to them for that, but as for this match, good work there from Metro Wipeout, I'd say. They, for the most part, they were able to keep some of their top spots. They erased some of their previous losses. They lost to Avail in the spring split, and then they got eliminated in tournament number 2. So finally, they were able to show their dominance in this particular tournament. So
very strong performance from MW in this tournament era.
So yeah, I guess the next thing I already talked about this in between GPs, but July 5th we got the FFA tournament sponsored by Brookland and Mario Kart boards, $100 prize pool with HyperX products, and then the World Cup draw I think is going to be that same weekend, and then the World Cup coming up next week, as well as NA versus EU. Actually, that's going to be the very first event, July 3rd. So stay tuned for all those events, guys.
All right, thanks everyone for watching the cast today.
Yep. On behalf of MK Boards, I'm Jaggy.
Thunder.
See you guys next time.